Hello and welcome again. Today I'm going to talk on something that is very important again. The day I almost gave up on my dreams. I was seconds away from quitting forever. I stand before you not just to explain things to you, but to tell you a story many students silently live through every single semester. A story of pressure, a story of struggle, a story of almost giving up. There was a day here at Jalai campus, Mokunde. I sat alone after classes, exhausted, frustrated, and mentally broken. That day, I was seconds away from quitting forever. Not because I was lazy, not because I lacked ambition, not because life became heavier than my strength. You see, like many students in this campus, I came to university with a dream to succeed, a dream to make my family proud, a dream to rise from struggle and become somebody important in the society. Some of us came from villages where our parents sold crops just to pay registration fee and academic charges. Some came from homes where meal a day is considered a blessing. Some are surviving on campus life through sacrifice nobody sees. When I entered university, I believe passion alone was enough. I believe determination would automatically produce success. But Jala University Mokonde taught me something different. Sometimes the dream is free, but the journey is expensive. There were days I attended lectures hungry, days I walked a long distance because transport money was not available, days I struggled with assignments, tests, project deadlines, and emotional stress all at once. At some point, everything started collapsing together: academic pressure, financial problems, mental exhaustion, disappointment from people I trusted, fear of failure, and the painful part: nobody noticed when a student is silently drowning. People only see your smile in class. They don't see the sleepless nights. They don't see the anxiety behind your laughter. They don't see the internal battles you fight before entering the lecture hall. I remember one particular evening here on campus. The rain had fallen heavily. Network was poor. Assignments were due. I had no motivation left. I sat quietly and asked myself, maybe this dream is not for me. That sentence nearly destroyed everything I had worked for. Because once a person begins to doubt their purpose, quitting starts looking attractive. And honestly, many students in this campus are smiling physically but giving up mentally. Some are tired, some are frustrated, some are one disappointed away from dropping out completely. That night became my emotional breakpoint. I questioned my intelligence, I questioned my future, I questioned whether all this suffering would ever make sense. But something changed my mind. As I was preparing to completely lose hope, I remember why I started. I remember my family. I remember the sacrifice people made for me to sit in that classroom. I remember the younger students looking up to me. I remember that dreams are not tested when life is easy. Dreams are tested when life becomes painful. The reason the journey is hard is because the destination is important. Diamonds are created under pressure. Gold passes through fire before it shines. And great people are built through difficult lessons. That moment changed me forever. I stopped seeing struggle as a sign to quit. I started seeing them as training for greatness. Yes, campus life in Jala University is not easy. Sometimes electricity fails, sometimes water becomes a challenge, sometimes stress, finance, and academic combine together like enemies. But despite everything, students here continue fighting every day for a better future, and that is strength. Today, I want every student listening to me to understand this. Your current struggle is not the end of your story. Failing a course does not mean you are failure. Being broke today does not mean you remain poor forever. Feeling tired does not mean you are weak. Sometimes life pushes you to the edge not to destroy you, but to reveal the strength you never knew you had. The day I almost gave up on my dreams became the day I discovered who truly I was. And maybe some of you here are currently at your breaking point. Maybe you are emotionally exhausted. Maybe you feel unseen. Maybe you are thinking about quitting your education, your goals, and even your purpose. Please don't, because sometimes your breakpoint becomes your breakthrough. One day, the same story that made you cry will become the testimony that inspire others. One day, the same campus struggle will become proof that you survive against all odds. And one day, you will look back and thank God you did not quit. Thank you.